Hi, welcome to The Cure for Normal, the channel inspiring you to look at the world differently. In the last video, I gave you a tour of the Darkroom where I spent 2 weeks in the pitch black, and now I would love to tell you all of the insights and life-changing lessons I gained from doing such an extreme experience. What goes on in your mind when you can't see anything for that long? Well, first of all, if you take away your sense of sight, all your other senses are heightened. But in the darkroom, there's nothing to smell, there's nothing to hear, there's hardly anything to taste. Then everything just goes to the inside. You start noticing things about your thoughts and your mind that you just didn't notice before. When doing inner work such as this, I think there's only two real outcomes that you could be aiming for. The first one is a release of blocked energy that you store within you, that's kind of holding you back. And the second is gaining insights from your inner wisdom or your intuition or from the universe. And these insights can help you along your path. Doing the dark retreat, I didn't really feel like I got any releases, but I did get plenty of insights, some really profound information, which is very, very useful. Here are the 6 main insights that I would love to share with you. So firstly, I noticed I was thinking about plane accidents quite a lot, which was very weird because I don't really feel like I'm scared of flying. But I kept on running through these scenarios where I would be on a plane and the engine would catch fire. I would run through what I would have to do in that situation. So I was running through these kind of plays in my mind, and I was thinking, like, why am I thinking about this? And then I would stop thinking about it. And then a bit later, I would start thinking about another plane crash. And I was a bit confused why this was happening. Thinking about it later, I realized it wasn't even about flying at all. Over the past couple of years, I kind of realized that I have a thing about control. To be honest, I'm a control freak. I try to get everything in my life to be a certain way. Something in the back of my mind thinks like my way is the best way, so I try and make sure that when anything is done in my life, even when someone else does it, it's done my way. So I really have a thing about control, and in the last couple of years, this has really come to light. Now, what I realized about the loops of the plane crashes in the darkroom was it was not about flying, but it was about control. Being on an airplane is a situation where you have no control whatsoever. You get on the plane, they lock the doors, and someone else is doing everything else to actually fly the aircraft. You have no control whatsoever. So the reason why I was playing these scenarios in my mind is because my mind and my ego is still trying to control things. When you're in the dark and your fears come up and your issues come up, this is a scenario that just keeps going around in my mind because I will never have control of it. So really, this is highlighting to me that I still have this control thing that I need to work on more. And that information is really valuable. The next thing I noticed was that I was having conversations with people in my mind, almost like very subtle arguments. We're just having a normal conversation, but I'm trying to like prove a point, prove that I'm right, and almost prove that they are wrong. And these conversations I was only having with a certain few people in my life, and I would just keep on having different conversations with these same people over and over. And it kind of highlighted that in the back of my mind, I feel like I've got a kind of grudge with these certain people in my life. Even though I felt like I've dealt with these issues previously, done any forgiveness that's necessary at the time, being in the dark just highlighted that the issues are still there and they still need resolving. So now I need to do what's necessary to resolve these situations. Either speak to the people involved in real life in a really positive, loving, open way, and just properly deal with whatever is still unresolved, or do the inner work within myself just to release any of the negative energy that's still within me due to those past situations. So again, this is like super valuable information. You think you don't have any grudges, and then you go and spend some time in the darkroom and realize actually you do. You have unresolved things that are still going on in your life, and then you can take action to do what's necessary to find the resolution so everyone benefits. Another very interesting thing that was highlighted was that part of me has got this underlying sense of I don't want to do it. And this can affect my life on a moment-to-moment basis. Now this is a bit of a surprise for me because I have actually done quite a lot with my life. I have started several businesses, I've written a bunch of best-selling books. I've got properties. I've just been traveling for a year. We had the biggest, most ambitious festival wedding I've ever seen. And yet I have this underlying sense of I don't want to do it on a moment by moment basis, and it affects my life every single day. And it's the little things, like you'll be chilling out in the evening and it'll be time to brush your teeth just before bed, and there's this sense of, oh, I don't want to brush my teeth. You know, of course I do brush my teeth, but it's like begrudgingly, it's like resentfully, and it's like that slightly negative feeling that affects you, that gets to you. And that's the same for so many little things throughout the day. So you get to the end of the day, and for the majority of the things that you've done, you've approached with an attitude of, I don't want to do it. And that's just not a very loving, positive, grateful way to live. And just imagine if I changed that one attitude, that one subtle attitude, how different my day and my whole life would be. Now I have the awareness that this is going on in the back of my mind. I can do something and change it. When I notice that I have the attitude of I don't want to do it, I can actively change that to I'm doing it. And I think this will make a huge difference in my life. Huge. Which leads me on to the next insight, which is all about gratitude. Now, personally, I have struggled with gratitude for probably my whole life, if I'm completely honest with you. It's not that I don't understand what it is, it's just that I have never really got round to actively being grateful for stuff, and that's really the thing that's important. So when I was in the dark, it's almost like the universe was giving me a lot more detail about gratitude on exactly why it's important and how it works. This is quite a big and very interesting topic in itself, so I'm going to do another video especially on gratitude. I'll tell you all about the details I learned, including the two huge messages, which were gratitude is the new happiness and gratitude can fix all of your problems, and it told me exactly how. So check out my other video on gratitude when it's available. I was also given some insights on how energy flows through the world and through the universe, and in a nutshell that it flows in one direction and then eventually comes back round. We live in a world where it's all transaction based, so I give you £2, you give me a cup of tea. I give you £4, you give me a sandwich. I give you £10, you give me a massage. You know, like there's this kind of like one-to-one transaction energy flow. But if you look at how energy flows in a much more natural way, it's more of a pay it forward scenario. If we go out to a cafe, I might buy you a drink, but then instead of you paying me back, you will then do something for someone else, and they will do something for someone else, and then that's how the energy flows. Again, this is a really interesting topic, and I've got loads more details, so I'll do another video on this too. So those are 5 really big insights that I received in the Darkroom, all really profound stuff, completely changed my way of looking at those things. And with this new awareness, I really feel like my day-to-day life will be different, and I can feel it, it's even different today. Especially cultivating the attitude of like, I'm doing it like on a moment by moment basis. It's like, I can feel the difference already. But if there's one thing that was overriding of the whole 2 weeks in the dark, it's this final insight. The universe basically told me to do these 3 things and only these 3 things: diet, exercise, and life purpose. My diet is already fine, so like I don't need to make too many changes there, but I do need to get my exercise in order, do more physical activity and do more yoga. So the first thing I need to do every day are those 2 things, and then after that, what I need to do, instead of checking my emails and doing house stuff and doing bits of work and working on different projects, I just need to focus on my life purpose. Now I'm fortunate enough to know what it is, which is inspiring people to look at the world differently. So what I need to do is, after exercise, I just need to focus on that and just blank everything out from my life for a certain amount of hours, and then I can crack on with my normal work and my house stuff and anything else that needs doing. And the message was, if you focus on these 2 things, diet, exercise and life purpose, everything else will fall into place. Any financial stuff will come your way. Deep, fulfilling relationships with the type of people who will support your dreams will also come your way. So everything else will fall into place when you just focus on your life purpose. And the reason is because the universe has given you a specific purpose of why you're here on the earth. It was a gift from the universe. And if you can give back, if you can live your life purpose and contribute to the world in your unique way, then the universe will keep providing you with what you need. So there's this kind of cycle of giving. The universe provided you with your life purpose, you give back to contribute to the world using your life purpose, so then it provides you with financial support, and if you can give some of that finance back to the world and donate some to charity and use the money to continue using your life purpose, then the universe will provide you with relationships, and the cycle continues like that. If you give to the universe will just give back. So really, those are the only three things you need to concentrate on: diet, exercise, and life purpose. Now, I don't know if this is universal advice for everyone or if it was specific to me. It certainly resonates for me and makes me much clearer of what I need to do on a daily basis. And maybe that information will help you out too. So the darkness provided me with a lot of direction and also a huge amount of excitement. Just knowing like what I needed to do when I come out of the darkroom, I was so excited and came up with so many ideas when I was in there. I've watched quite a lot of YouTube videos from people who have done a dark retreat, and they come out so chilled, like their voice on their videos are so slow and chilled out. But I've come out of the darkroom and I'm just like super excited, full of energy and just psyched just to get on with my life and just to live my life purpose. I'm just completely excited about the whole of life, especially with my added sense of gratitude and all of the other life lessons I've learned. Overall, the darkroom has provided me with a huge amount. It was super challenging, but the rewards have been great, so completely worth it. And that's it for today. I would love to hear your views. Did any of these insights resonate with you? Also, would you do a darkroom retreat? Would it be something you're up for, or does it sound like your worst nightmare? Let me know in the comments below. If you found the video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, and I've got new videos coming out every Friday, so subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to receive all the notifications.